This is Tiny Glade, and according to its publisher and developer, Pounce Light, Tiny Glade is a small diorama builder where you doodle whimsical castles, cozy cottages, and romantic ruins. And it is really kind of like doodling in 3D. You make these little castles and villages, and you build them out of components. And it has a procedural kind of generation as far as some of the details go, as you combine the components to it. And one of the things about it is some people like just figuring out and learning how it works. Other people get to the level where they really make complex things and they want to know and learn different techniques. So you don't have to go right out and go to a tutorial or an advanced tutorial or spend hours looking at tutorials, because you'll discover a lot of things as you go along. It's good to know some of the basics, but other than that, it's pretty cool. You can move around the diorama and look at it. You can't actually walk through it. It would be interesting to see if they add a thing where you can actually walk through it in first person. That would be really cool. But you can kind of fly through it and pan through it. You can take images of it. So if you want to take an image of anywhere in a screenshot of anywhere inside of it, you can actually adjust a lot of things on it. Like you can actually adjust the depth of field, if the background's blurry or not, if you see that. You can kind of vignette it. So you can do different special effects. You can change the exposure of it, the contrast of the image, and the color saturation of it. So you can really mess around with the way it comes out in the screenshots if you want to do screenshots of it. But let's get to how you build things with it real quick. You have these different components. The first components are over here, which are buildings. You have circular buildings and rectangular or square buildings. So we can put a building down here, and we can change anything in it. So we can change the way the roof is, or whether it just has kind of a flat top here. We can change the size of the building. Now you can do this in one of two ways. If you right click on it, it gives you, it's a little better because it gives you these little handles to move up, down, and around. If you left click on it, you can click on a specific, or more generalized actually, so that you can pull out a particular wall or whatever. So we can change the size of this. We can go down here. There are different types of windows we can put on. So we can put on a window like this. If we combine two of them, you can see it changes the windows. You can combine up to 3 windows, and it makes like a bay window here. It can make a single window or a double window with shutters. And you can see it does different things here. It has like a clothes or something hanging off of this window. This window has nothing on it. Oh, we can actually put it on the corner there too. So depending on where you put it, it procedurally generates some of this stuff. Like here it generated shutters by putting 2 together. So you can mess around with it and see what it generates as well. If we go up onto a roof like this, it actually puts a gable up. And we can combine this, always combine the window in up to 3 things, and we can move it around after we've generated the 3 windows together. Now another thing you can do is you can create doors in this, and things interact with each other, and if you know the way they interact, you can do a lot of stuff. So if we use this right here, which is a path, we can draw a path. But if we go up to the building, it actually, you see that it made the door, and it put a little barrel here. Now if we undo that and do it again, it still does the barrel there. All right, we can widen the door. If we widen it, it's now an archway. And we can widen it out into 2 archways. So we did that by just changing the size of the way the path was. And you can combine buildings in different ways. For example, let's just take this square. We're going to move the roof down. Then we're going to lower the level of this, so it's pretty low. We're going to expand it out. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to switch to a cylindrical tower type thing, and we're gonna let's pull this up. We can also we can not only change this kind of the size and slant, we can actually, if we left click on this, we can actually make it more dome-like here, or we can make it more pointy or slope up almost like a witch's hat. So we have a lot of things, and we actually here we've actually stacked two buildings together, making this kind of like a base on this. And now if we actually do a path up to here, it will make stairs on this. So it procedurally generates these stairs and these different plants depending on how you put the pieces together. So it's pretty cool. So it's really like doodling. And another thing we can do is we can actually go over here and build. You can build fences, or you can build walls. If we build a wall right here, if we put a path to the wall, it makes it a gate through the wall, depending on how wide that wall is. You can actually put windows on a wall too, and by putting windows on a wall like this, you can do segments of walls and make ruins or things that look like ruins by using the wall tool. We also have there are also, like, we can put down flowers and bushes, and we can put down trees if we want to. So that's kind of the basics of what it does and how it works. So you see you can do a lot with this already. This is the first version. It just came out. I guess it was maybe a week and a half ago. 2 weeks? Almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks ago. So it's a real fun game. You can use it to doodle. You can actually, to doodle basically 3D villages and castles and stuff. You could actually use this to doodle things to get ideas for other 3D software, or even building things in Minecraft, or building things in Blender if you wanted to do that as well. But it's just a lot of fun to mess with and to see how it interacts and everything. You can see there are little birds in here. There are fish in the water. If you go over here, you can sometimes see fish. Ducks will land in the water and swim around, and there are also sheep. There's a sheep walking around down here. So it's really kind of whimsical and just fun to do. Oh, and one more thing, we can actually add water features to this with this brush right here, and we can also raise areas if we want to. It really starts off with a pretty flat area. It has trees around the edges of this square that you build in, and I cleared them all out of here before I started. But as you can see, you can build hills and cliffs and stuff using this tool right here to raise the ground. So you have a lot of flexibility in it, but it's also very easy to use and very intuitive to use as well. So I really enjoy the game. I rate it highly. It's worth giving it a try. And always remember, you can get this on Steam. If you play it for less than an hour, you can get your money back if you don't like it. So that's always an option as well. I don't think this game actually has a demo to it. I kind of like the games that allow you to download just a demo, so you can just run the demo real quick and see how that goes. This one doesn't have that though. Anyway, I give this thing 2 thumbs up. It's really entertaining, it's relaxing, it's fun to use, and you might find it useful as well if you do other 3D modeling and building to use as kind of an idea generator.